2. The Buddha's message to Buddhists and believers in other religions. I would like to send a last message to religious people on earth, especially to Buddhists. As was mentioned by Jesus, as the representatives of each major religion, we four religious founders are making efforts for world peace and the salvation of humankind. This may not be comprehensible to earthly people. In the spirit world, the four major religious founders and other saints and sages are often gathered together for seminars where we have no confrontations or conflicts with each other. Before coming to the seminars, we were individually educated in the divine principle and other subjects, having attended several workshops. Was it easy to create such a gathering of the founders of religions? It was possible only after many prayers and special conditions, with thorough and repeated reviews and analysis. Now through these seminars, we can discuss things as members of the same family. We have no conflicts based on religious prejudices. Whenever we are gathered for this purpose, God embraces us with a splendid light and slowly leaves us in a friendly atmosphere, joyfully looking at us. Dear Buddhists, even Jesus testified that he came with a messianic mission in the New Testament age. What I did was similar. According to the Bible, the completed Testament age is to arrive after the Old Testament age and the New Testament age. Whenever a certain providential period arrived, God led a new dispensation through a new central figure. Although my path as the Buddha was not in the mainstream of God's providence, it is undeniable that I strove to guide people to goodness. Further, I believe that encouraging Buddhists to keep their celibacy while waiting for the right time to arrive was quite effective for their spiritual training and cultivation, even if it was not the direct way to God. From the perspective of Christian history, the time of the Buddha was like the Old Testament age. It may be unfamiliar, but during that time the benefit of the age for human salvation could not go any further. Buddha lived on earth during that time period, and his teachings were quite influential. Dear Buddhists, I am not saying that your way of life thus far has been wrong. Like Jesus, in my time I also did my best to guide humankind in the right direction. However, with the passing of time, the tasks needed for the salvation of humankind have changed. What I am trying to do is to engraft the fruit of Buddhists who were raised through my methods of spiritual cultivation. Please study the unification principle. You will find there a considerable number of truths that also flow through the teachings of Buddhism. Do not be immersed in old-fashioned ideas and concepts, but by accepting the new truth, engraft it to the truth of Buddhism. Then, I am sure that a wonderful passage of faith will open to you. In this age, Reverend Sun Myung Moon is the Buddha for whom you have been waiting. Make a special condition as a Buddhist at a shrine. It is time for you to be true to the highest standard of Buddhist integrity. Do not reject the new Buddha, who is to come in the completed Testament age. Do not reject his truth. Demonstrate the virtue of compassion as practiced by numerous Buddhists who have cultivated their spirituality. Do not look for faults in others, but act with humility and prudence. What is truth? Depending on the historical era, the direction for human beings can change. Look at the world of nature. All things God created can change in color and size, depending on the environment, but the species remain the same. Who can quell the voice of the original mind, through which human beings are striving to lead a life of faith? However, depending on the sound of the voice of the original mind, The mode of human life varies, bringing different aspects of joy to God. Therefore, do not be fixed on an old-fashioned idea. Expand the horizon of your ideas and views. If I told you Jesus and Buddha are getting along as brothers, you Buddhists would not believe me. However, I cannot help it. God wants us to work together as one. In your opinion, what would Jesus call Buddha? He calls him, honored Buddha, with a smile and a soft voice, always being humble. Once Buddha speaks, he always responds positively, with a bright and cheerful expression, saying, "Yes, right, that is correct, and let's do it." Dear fellow Buddhists and Christians, as heaven and earth are united as one, bringing the world of peace, should the earth not be united as well? Let us be unified by the new truth in this new era. Reverend Sun Myung Moon is leading the completed Testament age, and he is the Buddha to come. This is the conclusion drawn in these seminars of the four major religious founders. Let us now liberate God by bringing oneness between Buddhism and Christianity. April 6, 2001. 3. Confucius' message to Confucianists and all people on earth.